It's time for another edition of Live from Studio M on 105.5 Triple M. I'm your host, Jonathan Suttin. If you ever thought about changing your course, it's really a scary thing to do. We all think we have a plan, but imagine throwing your life roadmap out the window and going in a completely different direction. Today's artist did just that. We'll talk to him about making that change, how awesome it is when you're associated with something called The Biggest Loser, how not to go crazy driving thousands of miles in your car, and maybe if we have time, we'll geek out about The Walking Dead in the office, but we'll see. But first, let's hear a song from Austin Plaine live from Studio M.
I could drive the coast of California if I'd like. Could fly to Paris or Osaka every night. I could be everywhere or anywhere the wind might take my soul. I don't want to be anywhere other than your love.
Studio M. Our guest today is Austin Plaine, and you maybe are getting a little tired of telling this story, but it is a good one. Yeah. You went to school, and you were going to, thank God you did do this, but you were going to be an attorney? Was that kind of the
Yeah, that was the route that I was going to take for some crazy reason. I don't know why I was thinking that, but...
is like your dad?
Yeah, I mean, I come from a family of lawyers, so it's it runs in the family, and it was just something that I wanted to do, you know, in college and everything. And I was writing my LSAT, and, you know, to get accepted and everything, and I randomly went down to Nashville and started recording this record, and my life kind of did a 180.
Yeah, now, it's kind of funny because I think of my wife, when she was in college, my in-laws tell me that in her junior year, she wanted to go be a ski instructor. And they didn't let her because they said she would never, go back and finish. So when you called mom and dad and said, I think I'm going to go be a musician, what kind of response?
Well, they knew like the past couple of years that this is something serious that I wanted to take, and they've been really supportive, like a lot more supportive than I could ever imagine, because, like from law school, which is, a little more solidified, secure, position versus a traveling musician. You never know what's around the bend, but they've been really great, and they love it, yeah. Yeah,
so you said you just decided to take a random trip to Nashville. I mean, were some other people like...
Yeah, so I mean, I met some people that run a studio down there, and they just like, hey, come down and just check out the studio, and maybe record a few songs, and it ended up being a full record, But I didn't have a whole lot of expectations going down there, just except to just record a couple songs, and it turned out to be something a little bit bigger.
So yeah, absolutely. So had you been in a lot of recording studios before that? Or?
No, it was kind of my first effort. I did a self-produced EP, the year before, but it was never, anything professionally done.
Like in your room or something?
Yeah, stuff like that, or bedroom studios,
Right. Now there's a funny video I saw on YouTube where a woman is coming to sing at, I don't even know who it is, but she's going to sing in a studio, and she has the microphone actually turned the wrong way, and she's like, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, probably not.
Was it intimidating? Because, I mean, there's some great studios down there.
Not so much intimidating, just a huge learning curve for me. I just embraced everything, trying to learn as much as possible. And they were super hands-on, and, they showed me the ropes, and it was really helpful for me. Yeah.
Wow, okay. And as far as then songwriting, though, you didn't just start writing songs.
No, I've been writing songs since I was like 13, 14. I'm 24 now, and so I guess the last 10 years, I've been writing songs. Ever since I started learning guitar, I was always writing my own stuff. So yeah, that's always been second nature for me. But the recording and the live performance, that's something new for me in the past couple of years.
Definitely. So do you look back, or like some of when you were 13 or 14-year-old, were they songs about like zits or what?
Yeah, like middle school, like romance. I don't know. I try not to like remember those songs as much as possible.
So none of them have made it out?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let's hear another song.
Sure.
What have you got for it?
This is the single. It's called Never Come Back Again.
It's Austin Plaine, live from Studio M.
I wanna see the world, I wanna sail the ocean, I wanna know what it feels like to never come back again. I wanna feel the waves crashing down on heartache. I wanna find the key to the sky and never come back again. my mind of all the doubt that haunts it. I wanna run out in the light and never come back again. I wanna see those stars shining down from heaven. I wanna know what it feels like to never come back again. I wanna know what it feels like to never come back again.
The genesis of that song was blowing off an exam or something? Is that kind
Yeah,
of right? Or you're a gopher, right?
I am a gopher,
Okay.
Minnesota, born and raised.
Yeah, which is
Um,
be testy here in
Yeah,
Madison.
I had a sociology test and I didn't really want to take it. I wasn't prepared for it. So I kind of just sat in my room and it was more of a journal entry of just like everything that I want to do other than take that exam, and just, you know, it became more poetic, and I put music to it, and yeah, so it kind of spurred out of not wanting to take a test.
So did you take that test?
I did, and I ended up passing the
Okay.
class by the end of the semester, so it worked out well. I got a good song out of it too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, as far as getting good songs, you've had a few things featured in The Biggest Loser, right? They used one of your songs for one of the episodes.
Yeah.
And so did you get the call, like, what was that process? I like asking artists when they find out how that happens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was basically just an email saying, hey, you have a time, or you have a song, you know, placed on The Biggest Loser. It's going to air at this date, and so we made sure we TiVoed it. I wasn't there for the actual, you know, when it aired live.
Sure.
But I watched it the next day, and it was kind of surreal. Yeah.
So, had you ever watched that show?
Yeah, I think a couple times.
Come
but
on.
it's not on my list of shows to watch.
But it's still cool. I mean,
Yeah, no, it was bizarre more than anything.
Yeah, and so was that you also had something on the CW show Heart
Heart
of
of
Dixie?
Dixie. Yeah, we had a few songs on that actually on the last season there.
Yeah.
Which was
go ahead.
really cool. Like, I had a lot of friends that actually watched that show, so they're the ones that told me, hey, I heard your song on that show. And I was like, that's
So you
pretty
weren't
cool.
writing a song like, in this scene, so-and-so is going to die in a car crash and we need to write a song.
Yeah, no. It was basically the songs that I had, and they found a good spot for it on
Okay.
the show. Yeah.
Cool. And what was the other one? A credit card, right?
Yeah, MasterCard commercial. That was the first placement we actually got, was a MasterCard commercial. Yeah.
That's really cool. Now, years ago, I don't know why I keep referencing my family. I'm sorry I'm doing that. But years ago, my mom was on a TV commercial, and my grandma kept thinking that the commercial got longer. She'd be like, this time it was longer. It was like a minute and a half. Like, I don't know if your family was like, they used more of the song this time.
Yeah, well, we've been pretty fortunate where it's not just like a 5-second clip. It's actually, you know, words and everything, and so I think people enjoy it.
Yeah. And, you know, some artists say like, oh, you know, doing stuff for commercials or TV shows is bad. I mean, to me, I think it's fantastic. It's exposure. you know.
That's the way I've always seen it. Is it's for like a small indie guy like me. It's huge exposure because you're reaching an audience that you would never reach otherwise.
And thank God for Shazam, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's working well.
When they hear it. All right, let's up for another song. What
This is actually a new one. It's called Rise Above It.
Okay. Is there a story kind of like of like how you wrote it, or it just kind of?
I wrote this with a guy named Kenny Childers down in Nashville about half a year ago, and it was just kind of being a 20-something guy coming out of college and not really knowing the future, and just rising above it and seeing.
How old is he?
He's a little bit older than me, but he's a youthful writer.
Gotcha. It's Austin Plaine live from Studio M.
Circle after circle, racing in my head until I hit the pavement again. Too drunk to remember all the things I said, still I find myself in your bed. you look into my eyes, you always lead me back here again. Maybe it's the color, maybe it's the sadness, maybe it's the love that I never can get back. 'Cause I'm looking at the past for the answers, questions that I have about the future. Everybody knows it, yeah. Life's hard, sometimes we get used to it. Running down on Broadway, ruining my shoes, ruining my mind over you. I wanna make it better, I wanna start tonight. I'm sick of all these wrongs and I wanna make them right. So I'm looking at the past for the answers, questions that I have about the future. Everybody knows it, yeah. Life's hard, sometimes we get used to it. And I don't wanna know what I know now. It's harder than I thought, but I'm trying somehow. And everybody does it, yeah. Life's hard sometimes, we rise above it. 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 Looking at the past for the answers, questions that I have about the future. Everybody knows it, yeah. Life's hard, sometimes we get used to it. I don't wanna know what I know now. It's harder than I thought, but I'm trying somehow. Everybody does it, yeah. Life's hard sometimes, we rise above it.
It's Austin Plaine, live from Studio M. Let's meet the other dudes here.
Yeah,
Yeah, with us.
on guitar I have Caleb Williams.
All right.
And on keys I have Nate Johnson. And they're also in a band back home called Harbor and Home. They're from Minneapolis as well.
So did you round up these guys for this tour, or you kind of know each other a long time?
We've
or-
known each other for about the past year, and we've just been helping each other out, playing shows together, and just it's been just a kind of a community of just friends, just jamming out.
You guys didn't all go to high school together?
No, I met these guys about a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it from this angle? Is there sort of a Brad Pitt kind of thing going on? Is anyone else? No, I mean,
the fall.
yeah, sometimes. Yeah,
I do that sometimes.
yeah. Okay, now that we have that all cleared up, it works well for the radio too. Now, there's Justin Vernon, Bon Iver, like
Sure.
these stories, or Corey Chisel, these stories of going to a cabin and writing and all that. I've heard that. Is that true? Like that's kind of your thing too, or you did with this album?
Yeah, I like to write in solitude, and just kind of find. I'm a big fan of nature. I'm growing up in northern Minnesota as well. It's it's something that's, in tune with me. So I like to go to the cabin and write music and, do stuff like that. Yeah.
See, sometimes it seems like it would be daunting to me because like it's so quiet and so, but that's really fun.
Yeah, you kind of clear your head and you just have, a bunch of thoughts that run through your mind.
Yeah.
When you can do that.
Yeah. So do you then, if you're like, did you really like hold yourself up like Unabomber style?
No, not like that. But when I do write, it's I'm in it, like, and I don't know when I'm gonna come back out, but hopefully soon.
Right.
Yeah. So I can get some vitamin D in me.
So, and some writers say they write every day. Some say that all of a sudden, boom, something hits them and they have like a crazy 14-hour spree of writing. Like. Yeah,
I mean, I try and write every day when I'm back home. And most of the songs are just I trash them, but I just see it as a numbers game for me. And just the more you write, the better chance you have of writing a good song.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
And just honing your craft, and that's what I focus on.
Definitely. Now you recently went with Eric Hutchinson, who's a friend of ours here at the station. You were at Daryl's house, that whole from Hall & Oates.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Daryl Hall. Yeah. Now I've heard awesome stories about that place. That it's totally amazing.
I mean,
and crazy.
It's like a cabin basically out in nowhere, but
like a really nice cabin.
A really nice cabin with really good food. And yeah, like a lot of people showed up. I thought like it was like out in the boondocks, but the word gets around, and it was a really fun show. That's for sure.
Yeah. So did you get to did you talk music? That's what I always wonder when you took like somebody like that who's been in music for so long. And,
I mean, like we kind of. Yeah, we asked for some pointers, just because he's so seasoned, he's been everywhere, and but yeah, it's more so just hanging out and just chilling.
Was there something kind of that you were thinking was starting to smile? That now Matt Nathanson was here and he said he just wanted to live in Daryl's house. He never wanted to leave.
Yeah, I actually just played a show with Matt in Denver about a week ago too. So
yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, good little community.
Yeah.
So. I guess the plan then, is there kind of a plan really, or you kind of just take it day by day and concert by concert and see what happens?
Day by day is kind of how I live now. I try not to think too far in advance. I mean, I guess continue to make music. This record that came out in September, it's my baby in a way. Like it's a song. They're songs from the past 5 years of my life. So.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of it, and I just want to, get it out there and start playing as many shows as possible.
So have you had any really, like, sad or weird gigs that you've had? Because we'll have that stories where they show up and it's like, oh, there was a dog there, or something weird.
I think I have seen a dog at a show. Yeah, there's been a couple, like, 3, people there in the crowd with, like, a half semicircle of 3 people, which is really sad, but it happens.
Yeah, and traveling-wise, I saw, did you really log 3,000 miles in 7 days?
Yeah.
Was that flying or
driving?
No,
that was driving. I took my sister's car, and it was just me, and a lot of audiobooks.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were just hitting...
Yeah, I was out east by myself, and it was actually about like 2 weeks ago, actually, and it was just a lot of driving out east and going through toll roads and everything.
Did you tell your...
Then these guys picked me up this past week, and so we've been sharing a little.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But did you just tell your sister, I'm just borrowing the car to run to the store or something? And then...
Yeah, we had a mutual agreement. She took my pickup for the week.
Oh, wow. Okay. Was that a good trade?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it saved me a bunch of money. My pickup's a gas hog.
All right, we do have time for one more song.
Sure.
I felt like there was something else though that. Did you get? We didn't talk about The Walking Dead and The Office, man. So you're addicted to both.
Well, I'm waiting for season 6 to come out on The Walking Dead on Netflix. I watch Netflix. That's what I do.
Okay.
I don't watch like the shows when they're actually on television.
Because I could ruin The Walking Dead for you right now if you like.
Yeah, no, don't
Okay.
do that.
You sure?
That's my #1 show at the moment. But The Office, The Office is the comforting thing for me. I can always just watch an episode of The Office before I go to sleep, and I'll be happy the next day.
Okay, and you've seen all of The Office, every episode, like 5 times?
Yeah,
is what I heard?
yeah, many times. I think we all have. Yeah, we watch quite a bit of The Office on the road as well.
So are you a Daryl or a Jim or a what are you?
I'm Michael Scott. Love him. He's very near and dear to me. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Last song. What do you want to do for it?
We'll do Hard Days.
Fantastic. It's Austin Plaine live from Studio M.
given everything I could take from the moment I was living. I was dying to make nothing out of something, or real out of fake. It's hard days living in the world. Said the man on the corner with the sign in his hands and the other in his pocket, a feverish grin. Could you spare me $1? Whatever you can. It's hard days living in the world. Sings the hymnal in staccato spurts. The family in the front row